Hey everybody, it's Marcy from wavesofcommunication.com. Welcome to this week's Tip of the Week video, where I'm going to be giving you tons of strategies to use the Easter eggs that your kids just got over the holiday weekend to facilitate language. On this video alone, I'm going to tell you how to use these Easter eggs to facilitate basic language, get kids talking who are nonverbal. I'm also going to tell you about how to get kids who are verbal using more joint attention, problem solving, and improve their receptive language using these Easter eggs. And I'm also going to teach you how to help your child improve their cognitive skills, improved language concepts, learn more language concepts, and develop multi-step learning using Easter eggs. And then as a bonus, I'm going to give you some tips and strategies to use these Easter eggs for motor speech exercises for children who are having motor speech problems and articulation issues. All those things on this video, strategies to use Easter eggs for speech and language facilitation. My name is Marcy Melzer, and I am an intuitive speech and language pathologist consultant. And I am so glad you're here because it is my mission to help as many parents as possible teach their children how to use the words they need to share their wisdom with the world. And I have found after 30 years of practice as a speech therapist that it is when parents learn to facilitate language during their everyday experiences, that's when it has the most impact on kids. So these tip of the week videos are all about using the things that you already are doing in your life to facilitate new language with your kids. So that's why using these Easter eggs is a great way to kind of get your language and speech facilitation efforts in your household sort of kick-started. And the strategies we're going to talk about today are going to help you do just that. So the first thing you need to do these strategies is some plastic eggs. Now you don't need many. As a matter of fact, if you have a ton of these, you might want to actually put most of them away because the effort is actually on the quality of speech, not the quantity of trying things over and over again. So just about 6 eggs per child is plenty for you to do this work. It can be handy for kids who are older to have 2 sizes of eggs. So if you have I have the big ones here. I like the big ones better because you can put more things inside of them. But there are the big sizes and the small sizes, and sometimes it's nice to have 6 big ones and 6 small ones. It's also helpful if they're different colors, but that's not necessary. The point is, use the eggs that you have, because this is all about reusing things that otherwise might get thrown in the trash or in the recycle bin, which it might eventually anyway, but while you have it in your house, why don't you take advantage of using it for a little language facilitation time? So once you have your eggs, then you move into the very basic level, and you should really kind of get through all of these levels with your child, no matter what level of language they are, to make sure that you're teaching all the different parts of language. So the first kind of language that we're going to facilitate with these eggs is basic vocabulary, and you're going to be using these opportunities to model and practice words. There's no expectation ever with language facilitation for the child to say words. These are the opportunities for you as a parent to model and introduce this vocabulary. And here's how you're going to do it with plastic eggs. It's what I call the model and manipulation and examination stage. So you're going to first examine the egg and manipulate it in front of your child to show them how to do it. So keep them all in one place so you have them all together and you get it out as an activity, kind of like a puzzle or something like that. So you've got your eggs in your basket and then you're gonna examine them. So I have 2 eggs, they're the colors. I can open and close these eggs. Some eggs are big. Ooh, listen, it made a noise. So I'm going to really examine these eggs before I even introduce them to a child so I know all the cool stuff these eggs do. I know how it sounds if there's nothing in it and how it sounds if there's something in it. I know the difference that there's 2 different colors. I know if they're different sizes. These are the things that I'm going to start to talk about with the child to introduce these eggs so that we can explore them together. And you're going to do this with every egg in your basket. So that's why you don't need many, because you just really want to get to know each individual egg. All right, let's get the first egg. What egg is first? It's purple. You explore it and then you offer it to your child and encourage them to explore it. Don't encourage them to say any words. Show them how to open it, snap it, make the sounds like that. So you're just going to explore these eggs, and for as far as the words that you're using, always at the level right at or one step above where your child is. If your child's nonverbal, you're going to be saying the word egg, egg, look, egg, purple, egg, open, egg, close, egg, whoops, broken, egg, just like that. So you're going to be really emphasizing that word. Now, if your child is saying single words and, they might say egg with you, if they do, make a big deal, but don't expect it, because we don't expect words with language facilitation. We facilitate the child using their own language. So we have to show them all the cool language that you can talk about this egg. So this is where your creativity comes in. If you do have eggs that are different, with different colors, maybe they're sparkly, maybe they're, different kinds of things, all sorts of things that you can explore talking about the egg. So much of the time, it's all about what's inside. And really, the whole process, you're missing the opportunity to talk about snap, purple, snap. Some kids will say the word snap because they like it. Snap, purple, snap, pink, snap, yellow, snap. And if you sing and you dance and you play with it and you just shake, 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 all the things that you can just do to play with them. We're not hunting. We're not anything. You don't even have to have anything inside of them yet. So just exploring them first is the basic level. And you're going to explore it first and then offer your child the opportunity to explore it too. You say the words as they're exploring. Encourage them to touch it. Encourage them to manipulate it. Encourage them to put it in and out. That's the other way we manipulate these eggs. We put it in and out of the basket. Open and close. We put them on our head. Just all the different things that we can do to explore and manipulate them. That's the first thing that you can do just to understand all of the possibilities for your egg. So the best thing about Easter eggs is there's always an element of hunting and finding and surprise because they open up. So what's great about eggs is working on joint attention is there's always something interesting right here to get you to focus on together. I wonder what's inside. So you're focusing together on the egg. Just by talking about it is also going to help that joint attention. But then the idea of open it up, what's inside? Oh, for me, a beautiful chocolate treat. Yay! So just the idea of opening finding something inside, taking it out, and doing something with that thing is going to give you the opportunity to show your child how to manipulate the eggs on an even bigger level. Instead of just taking the whole egg and manipulating it by yourself, now you can put new things into the egg, and you can put, infinite things inside. Now, when it comes to treasure, you can put all kinds of different things inside of these eggs, of course. And one of my favorites things to do is to go around the house, what I used to do when I had kids at home, and find all the little things that I could find. Different random things to put inside the eggs that I would take with me for therapy. So after the Easter egg candy is all gone, then look around your house to find little things. And I've got a tray of stuff that I'm going to show you here. It's all different little things. Here is a little penguin, so you can put animals. These are all erasers, but this one is French fries. Here is a little car, a helicopter, things like that. All different kinds of stuff you can put in. And you can put the same kinds of things. You can put rocks. You can put seashells. You can put buttons. You can put ABCs. Anything that you do, this is how you can teach your child more and more concepts with the eggs. You can open the eggs up and sort out all of the things that you were collecting inside of the eggs after you did the hunt. So that takes examining the treasure to a whole new level, because when you're doing it and you're playing quietly later after you've done your hunt or whatever, and you're sitting at the table with your basket full of eggs, and each one has a different little surprise inside, and you only have a few, like I only have 2 here. If you have just, like I said, 6 maximum, your child will have just a few things that they can talk about, and you can play with those little things right there on the table and extend your little language facilitation time. And your child may not have been interested in these little things that were already laying around your house before, but suddenly, because they came out of a plastic egg, your child will be more interested in them. I really want you to try this strategy because it works. You can put something as benign as a paper clip in one, a penny in another one, one earring that they can hang on their ear, different kinds of things that you can interact with later. It's a really great way to work on joint attention, teaching different vocabulary and concepts to your kids, and giving them the opportunity to practice using those words. Because language facilitation isn't all about just like this one has a banana, whoop, this one has a, orange, whoop, if they all have fruits or they all have whatever. It's really about examining each individual object that's inside of them and taking the time with your child to be present in more than just using this as a container. Use it as a treasure chest so that when you open it up, no matter what's inside, you can explore and see what it is. And sometimes it's something fun to eat, but sometimes it's, as something as little as a goofy dinosaur that you can stretch. You know what I mean? Just to have something different to explore inside of the eggs, and having just, like I said, 6 of them to do, that's going to help you develop some joint attention with your eggs. Make sure at the end of these activities that you pop the eggs closed, you put them back in your basket, and you always put them away all together. Don't leave these activities out so your child can play randomly to do whatever with. These are the things that you're going to keep aside for your special time when you can facilitate language with your child. Following directions and problem solving and learning how to get through an Easter egg hunt is an amazing way to work on those skills using plastic eggs. As your next strategy, give you 4 specific opportunities to make sure you take advantage of throughout the egg hunt process. And the first one is to teach your child to hunt for eggs. You're going to actually show your child after you have that exploration stage, and then hide it right in front of them. Where is the egg? It's kind of like peekaboo, right? Where is the egg? I found it. And when you listen to the language that I'm saying, the words that I'm saying, these are the same words that you use when you are hunting for eggs around the room or around the yard for an actual Easter egg hunt. Where is egg? I found it. Grab it, put it in your basket, teach all of that vocabulary to work through, and then don't forget to celebrate that you found the egg. We found it. Hooray! Don't open it right away in the middle of the find. Teach your child to hunt and then put it in their treasure box, which is, their basket or whatever it is that you keep your eggs in, and wait until later, because later, then when you're sitting down and calm together, then you can examine the treasure just like you examined the eggs the first time. So you want to make sure that you definitely examine the treasure in a quiet place where you can really, understand and teach all of the words that go with it. And then the other concept that you can't miss as far as an opportunity is to turn around and teach your child how to hide the eggs. Teach them how to hide them somewhere and then help you find the eggs that they hid, because it's a whole additional concept that a lot of parents don't take advantage of. This idea of treasure hunting for Easter eggs doesn't come up very often, and you can continue that fun by teaching your child how to hunt for eggs, celebrate the find, examine the treasure, and move forward and learn how to hide them again for their friends or to find later or for their siblings or to play again. And then the game can continue on and on and on with or without you to sort of lay out the whole Easter egg hunt. So don't forget to take advantage of the opportunity to teach your children how to orchestrate their own egg hunting and finding and hiding exhibitions of their own. Okay, if you have a child who is verbal and maybe even saying some words and putting some words together, you might want to know some more advanced language and cognitive strategies that you can use these plastic Easter eggs for. You can make it a little easier for children to learn a two-step learning. So what you do is you put something in the egg that requires the child to have to do something to enjoy it. So the first thing they have to do, so it's already a multi-step thing to find the egg, they have to hunt, they have to find it, they have to put it in their basket, and they have to bring it to your quiet place to examine the contents. And then when you open it, it might have something else that you have to do. In this case, it's a stamper, right? I can't use it. I have to do something else with this stamper. I actually have to open it. First of all, I have to examine it, and this one has a dolphin on it. It's a stamper of a dolphin that fit inside here. You have to examine it. It's a dolphin. Use the words for it that came out of the egg. Pink egg, open egg, take out. What is it? It's a dolphin. Look, a dolphin. What do we do with this thing? It's a stamper. I'll show you how to use it. Show your child how to stamp it. There's my dolphin on my hand, upside down, and show them how to use it, let them practice using it, and then they can put it back in the egg or take it somewhere else. So there's something else that happened. The egg was just the delivery device, right? We really got to talk about using this stamper, and I could use this stamper to put on a chart. I could use this stamper to put on other eggs. I could use this stamper to put on body parts and work on body parts, all different ways that you can introduce new learning just by using the egg as a delivery system. But if you have something in it that kind of has the next step to learn, they already know that they have to open the egg to figure out what's in there. Step 2, first I find it, now I open it, take it out, do something new. That's going to help your child increase the steps in following directions, multi-step directions. Okay, the last thing that I want to teach you about to use these eggs with is the oral motor practice kinds of things you can do with them. So some kids do work on blowing as part of their oral motor exercises. Blowing in itself doesn't help teach a child to talk, but I know a lot of people do it, and this is a fun way how you can make something move with your mouth instead of work your mouth muscles. So it's sort of a secret way to do both. So it's not blowing just to blow. It's blowing to experience the fact that you can manipulate Easter grass just by blowing on it like this. I did it. It moved. Talk about the process of the grass moving and the fact that you made the air come out of your mouth to make that happen. That's where the language comes in, and you'll actually get better oral motor work talking about the activity of the grass and your mouth and your lips than you will from the actual blowing exercise yourself. So even if your child's not very good at it, you can talk about that. Ooh, Daddy got it to blow really far. You got it to blow a little bit. You had a little bit blow. Maybe they had a small one, and you can measure and you can see the difference and talk about it. That's how you explore things, okay? And you can work on your mouth muscles by practicing talking and making noises and blowing and manipulating things moving around. So that's one way to do it. The next is my favorite. So you can open this up and put in here, way down in the end, right, some kind of a sticky food, some sort of a nut butter, maybe Nutella, or yogurt, depending on your child's diet, of course. Put something in there, and then some kind of a dry cereal that your child's allowed to eat, like a Cheerios kind of thing, and then have them stick their tongue in and retrieve that thing from the inside of the egg like this. And get it out with their tongue. If your child had a tongue tie before, if your child ever had any restricted oral motor movement, if they ever had surgery, any kind of stuff like that, and you need to practice some oral motor coordination, if there was a suspected apraxia in your life, this is another one to do. Put something in here for them to retrieve out of there, like not an M&M. I mean, you can use M&Ms too, but use something like a dry cereal so that it sticks, and then have them use their tongue to retrieve it out of there, and then have them use their tongue to lick the stuff out too, all the way in there. If they can't reach the fat end, then have them start with the short end. See, it's much shorter than the tall one. So if they have trouble putting it in here, this is the advanced version, this is the easy version, and use your eggs. Just wash them out. And if it's outside of your mouth, because it's sticking inside of the thing here, it stretches those muscles to get their tongue way down inside of there. And then the other thing that you can do is, see these holes? A lot of eggs have holes. You can put a lollipop through the hole and put the lollipop on the inside here and hold the stick, so that your child can't just hold the lolly right here and lick it. They have to stick their tongue inside the egg to actually taste the lolly, or at least use because just the tip of it will be sticking out of the end, right? So that way you're kind of forcing your child to stick their tongue in to be able to taste it. And all of that saliva is going around, and you're sticking your tongue out, and so it could be collecting in here, which is helpful. But the other thing is that your child has to learn to manage it. So if they are drooling, stop them and say, wait, swallow that saliva. Just take your time. You don't have to get in there, oh, the candy's so good, you know, they don't have to go. Take their time and do it nice and slow, but offer them the chance to do it. Offer them a chance to have a break. Okay, get it in there, swallow it, have a drink in the middle. All right, good. Are you ready to lick out some more? See if they can get it all out of there, as much as they can. And if they can't even get much out of it, if they get 2 licks, that's okay. Start again and put another cereal in, have them do another cereal, and see if they can lick out the inside, okay? You can take your time with all of these activities. You don't need to rush through. You only have a few eggs. The idea is quality versus quantity. A lot of modeling the words, a lot of demonstration. Demonstration means you're going to have to do this too. Don't just like put this thing in there and say go for it. You have to demonstrate all of these things yourself. You have to show your child how it's done, right? I remember my mom taught me how to tie a maraschino cherry stem in a knot in my mouth. And that was, you know, the thing that she taught me how to do. And I thought, you have to learn it this way. You have to watch someone do it and see what they do with their mouth, and then you kind of figure it out on your own inside of your own head. And that's what your kids are doing with their oral motor exercises too. They need to practice them using practical things, and those Easter eggs are great. Okay, everybody. Thanks so much for joining me on this video today. I really appreciate your attention and I appreciate your efforts. So I hope you don't hesitate to go out, get your eggs, get your grass, get your little objects around your house, your ABCs, your numbers. You can sort your candy. You can do all kinds of things with these Easter eggs. Get out and facilitate some language with your kids. Use these tools that are spontaneously arriving via the Easter Bunny down the bunny trail to your home, and I hope that you hear a lot of new language this week as a result of using these strategies. If you do, please feel free to put a comment in this underneath this video. I always appreciate knowing if these strategies are beneficial for families, so I know to continue doing them on my videos. And also, please, thank you so much for liking this video, following me on Facebook, and subscribing to my YouTube channel. I really, really appreciate all of your support for my channel, and I'll see you all in my next video.